I see the seven-headed monster, I read the numbers of the beast. They were 616, contrary to popular belief. Time is just a thief, and reality's unleashed. The truth is nothing but
Man Switch come up. Let's get him up here, make some noise.
What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
Pretty good, man.
That's good, that's good.
Yeah, man. Happy to be here.
We're happy to have you. Yeah.
Word up, man.
Yeah. So, I guess first thing, your Switch.
Yes, I am.
Where are you from?
I'm from pretty much here. I grew up in Shawnigan, Duncan area. You know, I live about 10 minutes from here. So, here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
D-Town. Hells yeah.
How long have you been writing and rapping for?
I probably started writing stuff down with like intent to like form, you know, songs when I was probably like 8 or 9, just like writing like no genre specifically, just words and melody. And then when I heard hip hop, I was like, because at that point it was just like my dad's music. That was the only musical influence I had, or you know, my parents' music.
Yeah.
And then when I heard hip hop, I was like, oh, this is, you know, I like this. So I started writing like hip hop music when I was probably like, 10 or 11 probably. And yeah, that's when I started actually like writing raps.
Starting the process.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what back then, like, I guess you just heard it and it inspired you.
Yeah.
But was there like a certain aspect of it that you really like clung to, that like really pulled you in?
I don't know, man.
Or was it just the overall sound?
I liked that hip-hop songs were about topics that other genres didn't really talk about. You know what I mean? Like, I liked hearing songs about kind of, you know, the dark side of things, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, in terms of, like, you know, I like hearing about, like, you know, I mean, not like all hip-hop is about this, but the first hip-hop I heard, you know what I mean? A lot of it was, you know, it was, like, violent, you know what I mean? And it was, but not, you know, it's not, like, not really what, like, drew me towards it, but just hearing about things that are inherently, like, unpleasant,
right,
in a way that's, like, sonically pleasing, like, in a way that's, like, oh, but that sounds really cool. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you're caught off by, like, whoa, like, and then you're like, oh, that's cool though.
Yeah.
You know, like, he's, you know, they're, you know, like, it's yeah, I think that's what it was. I'm not sure though, really.
Yeah.
You know.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So what for you, I guess, what was the first like album you put out? How did you start like putting music out?
All right. The first album I put out, if putting out means just like releasing a physical copy of something, I put out an album when I was in grade 8. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Yeah. So, you know.
Is that on cassette?
Yeah. It's on burnt CD, man. You know what I'm saying? There's about 5 of them, you know. I don't know if I hope nobody has them. Because we really did give them away, you know. And unfortunately, we didn't know what we were doing. But yeah, that it was probably about 8th grade was when I like put something out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And was that just you, or was that with someone else, or was it just you?
No, that was probably with with friends at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? People I was rapping with in school. I think, you know what, now that I think about it, it's probably grade 9. Because I'm trying to think like what school I was in, and it was like high school. You know, high school for me was 9 to 12.
Yeah.
So I think it was in grade 9. Yeah, that's when I like actually started releasing stuff. And
it.
no, it wasn't just me. Because the thing about it was like, I don't know, I was kind of shy about it. Like I think a lot of people are with their passions at first, and then on top of that, like, you know, nowadays, like, you know, nowadays, but you know what I mean? Like, you know, presently, there's more, it seems like it's more normal to rap, but I, like, you know, Sus and I were, this guy I rapped with, we were the only 2 rappers in our high school, you know what I mean? And that was, like, a big school, so, like, it wasn't cool, you know what I mean? It wasn't, like, normal, it was kind of like people clown you for it, you know what I mean? Like, you think you can rap, you know, kind of thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I hit, you know, I don't want to say hit it, but I would just show my friends and shit, you know what I mean? Until I had like a group of people who were like, no, this is cool, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's like, yeah, okay, let's show other people, you know?
Yeah.
Confidence in numbers kind of thing.
That's cool. That's great.
Word.
So it transitioned from there into something post high school.
Yeah, I don't even I mean, I guess, yeah, I think things, probably got a little more serious after that, like in terms of what I was trying to do. And at this point I was like, yeah, more of a solo artist, I guess, after high school, So I was, recording by myself. I had like my own studio and, but I was still not really, I guess, not directly after high school, actually. I was still in a group for a while. I was in groups for years. See, he knows this, right? Because we were in groups, you know what I mean?
One.
Yeah. So, we know, each other's timelines.
Yeah.
I don't really know my own timeline all that well. I haven't really thought about it, you know what I mean? But yeah, after high school, I guess things got a little bit more serious. Started doing shows and stuff like that, started performing. Actually, we did our first show during high school. We did the talent show. I was in grade 11. So that was the first time I got on stage and like rapped in front of, an audience or whatever. But yeah, we started doing shows. Like we did shows here that, we did some of our first shows here, which was, awesome.
The old.
Actually, yeah, I wasn't here. Like the garage, or sorry, the showroom, at the showroom, but it was at the Duncan garage. That's why I say that, because that's where it was. So yeah, but that was, I want to say that was right after high school, around that time.
Nice. So what
the fuck is that? Sorry, it's
I think it's people outside talking, honestly.
Yeah.
Um,
Talking louder than us.
So progressing forward,
Yeah.
little group thing, and then you did your solo thing, and you're
Yeah.
still on that. So how many solo projects have you put out?
All right, we're gonna do some math here, bud. I know, me neither, man. Me neither. I'm just gonna guesstimate, bro, and just say like 12 or something, maybe more.
12.
10 at least,
Yeah.
Yeah.
In how many years?
Less than that, I mean, there was one year I put out like 5 albums or something like that. That was in like 2019. So yeah, I mean, quite a few solo albums. Yeah, I mean, there was. Yeah, it depends what you call an album, right? You know what I mean? But in terms of like distributed and, like available everywhere, yeah, probably about 10.
That's dope.
Yeah, thanks, man.
One question I'm going to ask you is, with the pandemic,
Yeah.
how has that affected what you're trying to do with your direction?
Big time, but actually it was good for me because I was touring before the pandemic, like doing solo tours, and that's how I was like, earning.
Yeah.
And then when that stopped, it was like, oh shit. But then I had to kind of realize, like, you're making way too much of a, too much of a percentage of your income off of that. I was like reliant on doing that all the time, and it's exhausting. And also, like, I didn't have my own website, you know what I mean? I'm going on tour, I don't have my own website, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have an online store to sell shit, I'm just going and just touring, just trying to like make money so I can keep making, you know what I mean? Making music and, whatever. So I couldn't do that. I was actually going to tour Alberta, like right when it hit. We had like, everything set up. We had sponsors, we had everything, you know what I mean? That we had dates, and then that happened. It was like, okay, no, I'm not going. And then, yeah, it just made me focus, man. You know what I mean? It's made me like even more stick to myself. I'm kind of like that anyways. I'm not my like, super social guy. So like the pandemic for me made me like really, so now I like record at home, you know what I'm saying? Like just do it all there, So like it's been isolatingly productive, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's and just made me reflective, like for sure. Just think about things more,
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So in the time of shows,
Yeah.
do you have a favorite like show memory or a time that is like one of your favorites?
I got all like, I got some gooders. I mean, there's a super old one. It's like pretty corny, but it still was cool. We did like our grad camp out. I remember just because like the scene of it, you know what I mean? Because we were like the rappers in high school, and that that was like kind of cool. But yeah, I don't know, man. I've opened for some big people, you know what I mean? So some of those were cool, like big crowds, like hundreds of people kind of thing. That there's definitely been like some memories, you know what I mean? But I don't know, man, like a favorite, you know what I mean? Like I don't, to be honest, it's all kind of a blur. I don't really remember much from shows, you know what I mean? Like I mean, there's been some funny things, like things happening on stage, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, kind of people
But
falling
no
or
big moment that stands out.
Nah,
for
not
you.
really, man.
No.
No, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, you know.
Yet to come.
Yeah, for sure.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So who were some of those people you opened for?
I've opened for Mobb Deep. I opened for the Outlaws. Like, you know, people from around here like Merc and Snack and Mad Child and you know, who else, man? It's one of those things when it's like Shaps, yeah, the homie Shaps. Mano, you know, like fuck, there's quite a few people. It's hard when you're just like, you know, off the top of the head to think about it. But babe, you got any? You remember any? There's been some gooders, like, you know, when someone just asks, it's like, you know, Ari the Rugged Man, we did a Tech 9 one, you know, I've done a few, you know, some big crowds.
Yep.
For sure. I don't know about the what the favorite would be,
Yeah.
but the Snack one was funny because we weren't actually supposed to be on it, we were just there, and then someone didn't show up. And actually, it was his wife, and he was on right before. She was supposed to be on right before him, so we got like a really good slot. But that was funny because like it, you know, we didn't expect to like we had like a good 30-minute set. We ended up being up there for like 45, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
So I was just rapping. I was just doing acapellas and shit. You know,
Yeah.
it was pretty. Yeah, that one was pretty wild.
That's dope.
Yeah, man.
That's dope. What's one track that you can listen to, whether it's your own or you know somebody else's, that you can listen to over and over and not get tired of?
I get tired of anything if I hear it too many times, man.
Yeah, there's not
Yeah.
one.
I mean, there's a few, bro. You know what I mean? For sure. There's actually like hundreds. To be honest with you. I listen to a lot of the same music over and over again now that I think about it. I don't know, man. I like. Fuck, I really like we were talking about this the other night, but Eminem Role Model.
Yeah.
I really like that joint. I can listen to that like on repeat. There's a bunch of like Rock Marciano songs that I can. You know, but I don't know. I wouldn't listen to anything like over and over again unless it was like the first time I heard it and I was like, "Oh, that was sick."
Right.
You know, I'm not familiar with it yet. Let me listen to it again. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not like a big repeat guy. You know, it just kind of bothers me. You know. Sorry, shitty answer, man.
That's all good.
Yeah.
Your top 5.
Oh, buddy, we have this talk every weekend, man. Me and this guy. You know, like you know, bro. What are you asking for? I'm just kidding. Yeah. Let me think, bro. This is another thing that changes like on a weekly basis. Someone will put out a really good album, and then they'll move their way up.
The shift.
Yeah, somebody will do something corny, and I don't fuck with him anymore. You know. Okay, so I really like a rapper named Buck 50. Probably not a very super well known rapper, but he's really dope. He only has like 2 albums that I know of, and you know it's just like some random kind of material, like you know, stuff you can just kind of find like around. But he's in there. Sticky Fingers from Onyx, I really like. He was like one of the first rappers that I used to not like loud rappers. You know, I don't know why. I guess it's just something about I don't like loud people, so I guess it was just, you know. But when I heard him, I was like, this guy's fucking cool. Like, I've never heard anybody rap like this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those 2. I like Big Pun. I would always put there because, yeah, Big Pun's one of those dudes where it's like, it was so long ago, but if you show it to someone who's never heard it, who could be like, you know, like 12 or 15, they're like, yo, you know, like, this dude can rap. And it's like, yeah, dude, you know, he sure could.
Yeah.
You know, so he's in there. How's that many? Is that 3? We're at 3?
3.
Okay, Jay-Z, just because of the catalog, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? I like his voice a lot. I like his beat selection. I like his content. And then number 5, I'd probably, just because I recently downloaded like quite a few of his projects, I put Rock Marciano in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's a
Sick.
new one. You're not used to that one.
No.
But yeah, that's a new
Used
one.
to you talking about him.
Yeah, he's sick. He's
not
sick.
being on the 5 list.
Yeah, there he is, man. Things change. Like I said, right?
Yeah. What is for you? What's been the most rewarding part about being a rapper, hip hop artist?
You know, the classic, when the person says like, this song meant this to me. that's really big, you know, when people are like, you know, this song, I went through this, and your song, you know, did that. That's been really big. Getting props from people that I think are dope is a big one. You know, people telling me like, no, you know, like you know, that kind of validation has been like, you know, has felt good.
Yeah.
And just to like, you know, start to see it as something that I can like generate income from has really been like, you know, this is real, like this is for real, like this can work, you know. When people actually, you know, take that step to like fund, you know, help fund, you know, what you do because they believe in it, you know, or they actually, that's been like probably, I know it sounds like super you know, capitalistic, but like you know, just the idea of it is pretty crazy to me, you know what I mean? That people will like pay for, you know, who you are, you know what I mean, and what you're doing, because I just do it because I like to do it, you know. So that's been pretty cool too.
That's awesome. Speaking of, you have some boxes and stuff.
Yeah, we actually just, you know, we actually just went and picked this up before this, and my car doesn't lock, so like that's actually like for real.
What is in these?
There's some hoodies in one of them, and I think I got some albums pressed up in one of the bags, but nothing too major, man. But just the Switch hoodies are
Is
black.
that stuff that's going to be available soon, or?
Yeah, it's. I mean, you know, if you really want one, you know what I mean. but yeah, dude, it's available. You know, whenever, you know what I mean. Whenever it's bought, really.
Okay.
You know, but that wasn't. You know, it's just we went up and grabbed it from Vic actually today, and yeah, man.
Nice. What are you working on? Any like albums currently, or like what's your release process like right now?
So mine's pretty weird, man. I'm always working on multiple things. I don't know why. I get bored. Just like I'm gonna start this, and then you know what I mean. That's just not like. So I'm always working. I'm always working on a little bit of everything. You know what I mean. Like I got this project going on. I like to do projects with producers. You know what I mean. Like you know that. Like I really like to pick a producer and do a project with that producer. So I got like a few different projects with producers like in the works right now, probably about 4 or 5, and then I have a lot of stuff out just to release. Like I have music. I won't be putting out anything that's new until probably next year because I have so much shit backed up. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm still going to drop like every few, but I just have so much, you know, so I have a lot to like put out. And then, yeah, I definitely have some stuff I'm working on, especially since I can record from home now. So I'm a lot more, you can do a lot, you know, faster.
Is that a new thing?
Yeah, I used to record from home, like, you know, as you know, I mean, this is weird, you know, it's like, you know what I mean? But, you know, you were there. But, yeah, I used to do it. It was cool. And then, well, what happened was I would try to do it all. I try to mix and master my own shit too. I was never really that good at that. And I just like, you know, that kind of mixing and mastering strategy where you're just like, that sounds good. Like, I'll continue doing that. You know what I mean? As opposed to actually knowing like what you literally just did. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I never was happy with how my shit sounded, you know, so I eventually just started going to a studio. And then, you know, once I, you know, had some money to, you know, put towards it. And then, I started going to the studio, and I went to that studio. I went to one studio for about 2 years and a half. Then I went to another studio for about, actually not a year and a half, maybe like half a year, you know. And then I went to another studio for 4 years. And then I'm back set up at home, but I'm getting someone else to do all my mixing and mastering. So all I have to do is lay vocals, and I have a good setup for that, and I know how to do that. Yeah. So, yeah, that's dope. Yeah, recently, for sure.
So, what you mentioned you like doing projects with producers.
Yeah.
What producers have you done projects with?
That are out.
That are out.
That are out.
That you can speak of.
Yeah, I mean that are out. Yeshinte, you know, we did some stuff together. I'm trying to think Mr. Sizzles, The Heretic was a dude I was working with. I'm working on something with a guy named Scythe right now. Yeah. We're working on some shit. That shit's dope, you know. There's some other stuff that might pop off, but I don't want to say it's gonna pop off and it doesn't pop off. You know what I'm saying? So there's some exciting stuff though for sure.
That's nice.
Yeah, man.
So where out there can people find your music?
Everywhere, man. But I'm not easy to find because my name, man. You know what I'm saying? My name's Switch. You know what I mean? There's Nintendo Switch. That's a bit more popular than I am. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta type in like Switch and then like the name of one of my songs. Like if you type it in like Switch Try Harder, or I mean, you can probably find me depending on what you search. You know how the algorithm works and all that shit. You know, that's a different thing. But yeah, like you can find me anywhere, man. I'm on Spotify.
What would be the best song then to find you?
Just type in Switch Run with Scissors. Type in Switch Hold of My Soul. There's so many joints. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure if you I'm on Facebook, on my Instagram, SwitchSB_. My Facebook is, I think it's just Switch, like Switch Hip Hop or something like that. My website, switchhiphop.com. That's the best place, because once you go there, you can see everything else. You know what I mean?
Switchhiphop.com?
Yeah, that's it, right, babe? Switchhiphopmusic.com, right? Yeah, fucking I don't even know my own website. My girl does, though. You know what I'm saying? She works on it and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
We do stuff together with that. You know, I'm not too good at that kind of stuff, you know? Like, it takes a team, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do not get that stuff. That stuff's...
So is she a big part of your team?
Yeah. Tara, that's Tara over there with the camera there, you know? Yeah, she holds it down, like, you know, big time. She does a lot of stuff. She does a lot of stuff just in terms of, like for lack of a better word, like accounting stuff, you know what I mean? Like expenses and shit like that. And then she does a lot of, like, she does all my photography. And she's just, like, you know, she puts up with my, you know, craziness, you know what I'm saying? So, no, man, she's like 75% of it, you know what I'm saying? You know? People like, you know? I mean, I write all the raps and shit. And record them, and you know she doesn't. Yeah. She can't do that. She can't rap at all. You know that. We've got her to rap before she's. You know what I'm saying? But
that's good. That's good. That's important. That's cool.
Yeah.
Is there anybody you want to shout out at all while you're here, or any?
My homie Abyss over here. That's my boy. You know, I guess I already shouted out Tara. You know what I mean? Everybody here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who I have. You know, who I know, who I haven't met, whatever. You know. Shouts to all of you. Shouts to the showroom. Shout out to Shaps. Shout out to Shaps. Yeah, big shouts to Shaps. He's working, you know. And yeah, that's it, man. You know.
Is there anything I didn't ask you that you just wanted to bring up or talk about?
No, there really isn't, man. There really isn't. I'm trying to think, but no, that's good, man. That's good from me.
Alrighty, well, let's make some noise for Switch, everybody.
Yeah, word.
Thank you for coming out.
Word.
Nothing but a breach, a secret leaked by the elite. I don't know if my soul survived my nearly psychological break. How do you know your life existence is merely a physiological state? I hesitate to hear why whoever y'all